They're proving that people care. People clicked to find out about pricing. That means they cared. They're getting pricing information. What are possible price points that people would be interested in buying in at? And they're collecting a list of names. So you get a list of 10,000 names, and at least a few of those people are going to buy when you finally do go live. So smart, smart, smart. This is a great way to do. And they didn't build anything. They had nothing built at the time. That's the fantastic thing about an MVP is it's nothing. It is not scalable. It's not usable even. Hey, all right, good afternoon, evening, whatever time it is that you're getting this. So I did a little video on what an MVP is and what it isn't, and that got a lot of attention. People really loved it, so I wanted to do a little bit more. I wanted to go a little deeper dive into what an MVP is. Now, please don't make me go back and tell you that it is not release 1.0 of your product. I've done enough videos about that. Other things like that. The combination of the design thinking, lean startup, and agile process. Go watch that video. Go watch the other video on what an MVP is and what it isn't. A minimally viable product is a test. So that's what we're going to talk about here. It is a test of a concept that you developed, hopefully in that initial in the design thinking mode. So part of the lean startup, and it is wildly misunderstood. So we'll talk about here MVPs. There's lots of different ways that you can do an MVP. When I first was introduced to the idea, it was kind of early in the process, and there weren't really all these defined kinds of types of MVPs. So you had to kind of make it up yourself. You're like, okay, got to get creative. How am I going to test this? Got to figure out some way of doing it. But there are, what do I got here? 7 different versions. They're actually 6-ish, but we'll call it 7. Okay, so I'll just walk you through all these. I'm not going to read them to you off the screen. So types of MVPs. One is just doing a product design sketches, wireframe, mock-up kind of thing. It looks like this. Literally looks like this, right? So you would show this to your customer. You'd like find people who were your ideal customers someplace, and you would show them this mock-up. So there would be this icon. And when you clicked on this icon, it would show this pig. And then when you clicked on the pig, it would say, sign in, and then you search and and you have these other options you can do, and you'd walk them through the flow of how it might work, and you'd get an idea of, in this case, it looks like they're the thing that they're testing, the highest risk thing that they're testing is the flow of information, or the flow through the menus. Does this flow make sense to my customers? If the flow doesn't make sense, then we revise the flow, right? Next one is an explainer video. Like I said, Dropbox had a great explainer video. You can go find it. Literally all it did was show pictures of, in really Crayola kind of level, very, very simplistic. It didn't take long to come up with this. To create the video, to come up with the concepts took the time, but to put the video together, I'm sure did not take them very long. And so on the explainer video, it showed them all these different things, and gee, wouldn't it be nice if all your data in all these different places was able to be synced up? Wouldn't that be cool? And they were able to actually sell companies on this product by showing them the explainer video. Then they went and created it. They did not create it first. They explained the idea and the concept first. Next is the landing page. So this was, and the first page was this. So you didn't see, I was going to cover it up with my hand. You'd say, tweet more consistently with Buffer, right? Because so Twitter was the place they started. And they had these 3 buttons on it. It says, or not buttons, three statements. It says, all you do is choose times that you want to tweet, add your tweets to the Buffer, and Buffer does the rest. Click here for plans and pricing. And you got plans and pricing here. If you clicked any one of these buttons here to get the $0 a month, $5, or $20 a month, it automatically dropped you to this page that said, hey, tweet more consistently with Buffer. Oh, hello, you caught us before we were ready. And it really just explained, we're putting the final touches on the thing. We're not quite there yet, but if you want to be notified when we are ready, put your email down here and we'll send you an email. So not only are they proving the concept, look at this, look what they're doing here. They're proving that people care. People clicked to find out about pricing. That means they cared. They're getting pricing information. What are possible price points that people would be interested in buying in at? And they're collecting a list of names. So you get a list of 10,000 names, and at least a few of those people are going to buy when you finally do go live. So smart, smart, smart. This is a great way to do. And they didn't build anything. They had nothing built at the time. That's the fantastic thing about an MVP is it's nothing. It is not scalable. It's not usable even. People just don't get it. It's not supposed to be a usable piece. Next, crowdfunding. Put up a crowdfunding page, right? I literally went to Indiegogo for entrepreneurs and just clicked on one. So here it is. This is one of the featured products was ForwardX. Found this first international customers with Indiegogo. So China-based company ForwardX found that they needed more than money to just be successful launch the Western markets. They partnered with these people. So here's their page. You click on this, download this guide for them. Boom. So you can just go to Indiegogo and they will help you put up a crowdfunding MVP site. Just what it does is it does two things. It pre-sells your product, so you get a little bit of cash coming in, possibly. I'm not exactly sure on how Indiegogo works. But it also proves out your concept. Do people care? Are they clicking? Are they interested? The next is the Piecemeal MVP. This is one that actually delivers something that kind of runs, sort of like Zappos did, but it like Frankensteins it together. So it uses tools like if then that, that's IFTT, Zapier, Automate, Provate, all these different tools that what they do is they pull together different tools on the internet so that you can then put it together into a unique way of using it, using APIs to get into these different tools. You pull them together, create something new and unique, and then you market that and see if that people like that and want to use it. It's not scalable. If then that or Zapier are not going to run your business when you're scaled to hundreds of thousands of users, but it can be used to prove your product out. Then there's the Concierge versus the Wizard of Oz. They're sort of the same thing. The only difference is the Concierge MVP is the one on the right that you actually know that there's a person. So you go and you ask this person, hey, I need this, and this person actually goes and does that. And they're testing out the concept, but you know that there's a person involved. That's the Concierge. The Wizard of Oz is, the pay no attention to the man behind the curtain line. That's Zappos, right? They didn't tell you that there wasn't really anything behind this web page, but they made it look like there was. And like the Wizard of Oz made it look like there was a wizard there. Concierge just comes right up front and says, we ain't got nothing, but we'll do this. If you're interested in doing it, we'll manually do this for you. Not scalable, but it's useful for proving the concept out. So what are your action steps to take away? Well, think about what kind of ideas you would like to solve, what kinds of problems you'd like to solve, and look at the different kinds of MVPs. Let me scroll back up. See how long will it take to learn, and what are you willing to let go? So let me scroll back up here. These are the different types, and think about which one of these would best suit your product or service, what you would do to test your idea before you put money into it. It's a whole big deal about this is you're not spending a whole lot of money. You probably have to spend some money in marketing dollars, like Facebook ads and stuff to drive traffic to some of these things, depending on the model that you're using. But you're not spending time and money building something. And that's the big critical thing. And you also have to be holding your ideas with very loose hands. And what I mean by that is you have to be okay with people not liking it. You have to be okay with it failing. and the idea that you thought was great turning out to be something that people don't want. And it may hurt your heart, but realize that at least you learned it before you spent money on it. I spent a whole lot of time trying to make something work that didn't work. All right, that's it. That is what an MVP is. I have a class that is creating bit.ly/7D capital C course. If you go there, you can find out about the course that I'm teaching there about building courses. So if you are interested in building a quick, that is a type of MVP. You could build a 3-day course on your topic and then try and sell it and see if people were interested in buying it. If they were interested in buying it, then you've got something to use, right? And you're starting to get you've proved that people are interested in that topic, and you're starting to get a little bit of capital to start putting back into building the product. So that's it. I love you all. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.